Hello everyone, my name's Adrian Beret. I'm a physiotherapist, sports physio, and I have with me today Professor Peter Hoffmann. And Peter is going to be our guest of honour at the upcoming fundraiser for the Tour de Cure on Monday the 20th of May, which is next Monday. And I just wanted to get to know a little bit more about Peter coming up to the event, and had a few questions for him about his involvement in the bike ride, which he and I are both doing, and also just a little bit of his background into the research that he's currently involved in. So Peter, first of all, my first question is, how tall are you?
Oh, 2 meters, exactly 2 meters.
So Peter is 2 meters tall, and you can imagine just how hard it is to find a bicycle and bike equipment for someone that tall. Peter, tell us how you got involved in bike riding. Obviously you're doing the Tour de Cure next weekend. So how did you get started with cycling?
I'm originally a soccer player because I'm from Germany, but I'm very tall, meanwhile also very heavy, 110 kilos, so bike riding is a good exercise to keep fit. And I get into bike riding, 15 years ago, did a bit more. I did some big tours. I did around the Bay in Melbourne, which is like 210 Ks. Then when I came to Adelaide, years ago I did the Tour Down Under 2 times or 3 times and trained a little bit for that. In between I stopped for a while, but then now I get back into it, and I decided to raise some money for cancer research with the Tour de Cure and get into bike riding again, have a new bike and training for it, and looking forward to the tour.
Yeah, wonderful. So Peter and I are both riding in the Tour de Cure event starting next weekend, and the money raised goes towards cancer research, and Peter is a ovarian cancer researcher.
Yes, we get a grant for next year for ovarian cancer research, for treatment of ovarian cancer research. So we're testing new molecules to treat ovarian cancer patients, personalized treatment where we look at the primary cells from ovarian cancer patients and try to test drugs on them which works best for treating those patients.
Yeah, wonderful. So I'm going to ask Peter to talk a little bit more on the night about what exactly the research involves, but how did you get into that field, and how long have you been doing it? What was your sort of progression with your research?
I think I do cancer research since now 20 years. So I did a PhD in analytical biochemistry, and then since my postdoc I started in Melbourne 99, I'm constantly have done cancer research since 1999. First 4 years in Melbourne, then was 2 years in Germany, back in Germany, and since 2005 in Adelaide, where I do proteomics application in cancer research since 2005 in Adelaide.
Wonderful. And so the research that you're doing at the moment is trying to tailor and come up with some very specific treatments for people.
Yes, that's the project which will be sponsored by Tour de Cure money, but we're also doing early detection of gastric cancer and ovarian cancer, and we have patents in that area, and we have projects running on the early detection of cancer as well.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you very much, Peter, for the introduction into your background, both from cycling and professionally. And we've got at least one more weekend to get a bit of extra training in. And I look forward to being in your slipstream on the bike when we head around Kangaroo Island. It's very rare that I get to hide out of the wind, but I think behind Peter I will be able to hide out of the wind for those 3 days. So thank you very much.
Sounds good. Thank you, Adrian.
Wonderful.
Excellent.